And it is set to be an interesting final loop with road order positions for day 2 about to be decided. Matthew Wilson is involved in a fight for position with his teammate Henning Solberg for 7th. But that was a very scary moment for Matthew in stage 8. All the Fords, it seems, having a tough time, but it's been a good day for Citroën so far. Having already slipped to over 42 seconds behind the leader, Sebastian Loeb puts in a late charge to ensure he doesn't have too much ground to make up when the driver's fighting at the front. The new mentally tough Jari-Matti Latvala seems to be sticking with his safety-first approach. He's down in 6th and not really in the mix for any road order tactics, which Neil is keeping an eye on at the end of the final stage.
Now, that's the yellow finish board, and then there's the red finish board. That is the flying finish. If we're going to see any tactics play out in the next 10 or 15 minutes, they'll happen right here to see if anyone does jostle for road position for day 2.
Kiervanen might not be thinking about trying to win the rally, but that won't stop him wanting to ensure a good road position for day 2. He comes into the final stage in 4th place, 1 position ahead of Sebastian Loeb.
So it's decision time for Mikko Hirvonen and the Ford team. Do they play tactics and drop enough time here to put themselves behind Sebastian Loeb on the road tomorrow?
Yes, he's already slower. He's done exactly that. And Mikko drops behind Loeb in the road order for the next day's stages. So with some drivers backing off, Sebastian Ogier could end up with a big lead here if he decides to hold position. Well, let's join Neil at the flying finish.
Now this should be very, very interesting. Are Citroën going to play a game and leave Sebastian Ogier as rally leader at the end of day 1? As we know, that's a poison chalice because he'll be sweeping the road tomorrow. Well, I think that gives us a definitive answer. He didn't back off at all, so Sebastian Ogier has just flown through the flying finish and no tactics employed. Poor Ogier is going to be sweeping the road for everyone again tomorrow.
I think it's going to be rally lead by a long, long margin as well.
Yeah, compared to the 3rd, but Danny will be close. So, okay, it was a good day. We tried to push quite hard all the day. The car was perfect. Now we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be very difficult, first on the world, but okay, it's like this.
Yes, as Ogier knows, Danny Sordo comes into the final stage, just 8.5 seconds behind him. Oh, but a mistake from the Spaniard. Clearly on the limit to try and stay in touch with the leader, but he's going to fall back here. A nearby spectator filmed Sordo's off a strange incident. He had plenty of time to brake before that left-hander that just ploughed straight on into the wall. He loses over 18 seconds to Ogier here, but he does stay ahead of Loeb. Petter Solberg starts the last stage in 3rd, but running 5th on the road, he can react to the other drivers' tactics.
Open to the crest, 150.
That was a hard hit there, and it sounds like Petter's got a puncture.
Keep the never crest. Right, slow it up and keep the wing. Gonna have to drop time anyway. 6 right long, give in.
Now, as a privateer, Petter Solberg is a maverick. He's free to choose where he goes, and that's why he was pleased coming into this rally with his 5th on the road position. Now, he's approaching the end board, so he would have to drop about 11 seconds in this last section to put himself behind Loeb on the road tomorrow. Is he going to do it? Let's have a look. Yep, definitely.
Just slow down, slow down, slow down.
Phil Mills keeping an eye on the time.
Just slow down, slow down.
They could well even drop behind Hirvonen here.
Slow down, slow down, slow down. And... oh, okay, go. Okay.
Yes, Petter drops from 3rd to 5th. That puts him 3 seconds behind Hirvonen and 50 behind the leader. But he was fortunate that puncture occurred so close to the end of the stage. Just take a look at the right rear tyre there.
And we have a strategy, and we follow it 110%.
Solberg drops to 5th then, while Sordo's mistake leaves him almost half a minute behind Ogier. But after that tactical shake-up, Citroën's young guns will have Loeb, Hirvonen and Petter chasing them hard on day 2.
Another blistering display by this young French phenomenon. After the break, we'll get an insight into what it's like behind blue eyes. Plus, I bump into a more than interested spectator out in the stages. Ken Block's not the first to be caught out here. We look into why Portugal is such a tricky event. Welcome back to World Rally Portugal on Dave. These beautiful hills inland from the famous Algarve seaside resorts are the setting for Day 2's rally action, which is where we're heading. Now, the most talked about young driver in the championship today is Ogier, or Sebastian 2, as his boss calls him. Before the event, we managed to snatch 5 minutes with the fast Frenchman. Ogier has recently burst onto the scene, but few of us know anything about him. Did you grow up in a motorsport background, a family of motorsport?
Yeah, I have just one uncle who did some motorsport in France, but not at all. So I always had the passion, but no, not the money to start. So I start motorsport quite late. I start rally at 22.
And is there a reason why rallying rather than circuit racing?
I think for me rally is the best one because the atmosphere in rally is better between everybody, between the driver, and there is big respect. And okay, it's a big fight on the stage, but outside I like the atmosphere in rally.
Who's your rally hero?
I think it's Sebastian. Sebastian is the model for everybody. It was my model when I started, and it's the best driver ever, I think, in rally. So I think I can say it's my heroes. Now it's different because I'm on the same team as him and same championship. So, but it's still the reference, and I have very big respect from him.
We've seen you a couple of times have a little kind of maybe lose your temper in the car with Julien. Explain why that happens and how it affects your relationship.
Et ouais, mais on fait quoi là? Mais non, il faut que tu dises 32, 33.
When there is problem between me and Julien or with something, it's still difficult for me maybe to stay calm on the moment. But I work with that, and I think I progress.
09 was his first season in a WRC car, and it proved a tricky introduction.
I think I needed time to get experience and to get a bit used with the car and with the speed, because before that I just drove a small Citroën C2 Super 1600. I have to get used with the speed of a proper car, proper rally car. And now, since the second part of the season of last year, it's better and better, and this year it's almost perfect.
To arrive in New Zealand at a rally you've never competed in before, and to be 3 corners away from a perfect rally, everyone's gone, oh wow, this is Ogier coming of age.
In New Zealand it was almost perfect. Yeah, we had a very good feeling. We found the good feeling at the start of the rally, and the car was perfect. Now I think we are able to fight for the podium maybe on each rally, but I hope to be able to fight for a title as soon as possible, maybe next year. But I'm young, and the most important for me is that now I prove that I'm closer and closer of the best driver, so it's the most important.
And he's currently beating the best in the world. Ogier is our rally leader as we head into Day 2. Now, as we make our way approximately here, let's have a look at what Gravel Delights Saturday's stages will throw at the WRC teams. There are 2 loops of 3 stages. Almodovar is the longest of the rally at 26 kilometres. It's got a bit of everything: tight, narrow sections punctuated with faster flowing areas, and a tight technical climb to the finish with plenty of Portugal's renowned blind crests. In all, the crews face 135k of competitive action. Let's join commentator Paul King at the start of Stage 8.